Some shows drop at just the right moment. They hit the culture perfectly and get all the recognition and credit they deserve instantly. But then there are shows that come out way ahead of their time. They're doing things on TV that no one else is even trying yet. Whether it's their structure, their tone, or the themes and topics they're talking about, it causes them to be misunderstood, judged, and not get the credit they truly deserve until years later. So here are three shows that came out years ahead of their time. All right, first up, I have Twin Peaks, and this has got to be the obvious choice, right? Airing all the way back in 1990, Twin Peaks was unlike anything else on TV. It's got haunting visuals, surreal dream sequences, cryptic messages, and crazy characters. And somehow it all works. I mean, this show blends horror with soap opera drama and metaphysical weirdness that just shouldn't work in the 1990s, but somehow it did. And it kind of loses steam in season 2 because of network pressure, but the return dropped in 2017 just proves how ahead of the time this show truly was. If you like shows like Lost, X-Files, The Leftovers, or any mystery box show, then you owe it to yourself to go back and watch this show because this is truly where it all started. All right, next up, I have 6 Feet Under. And coming out in the early 2000s, this show talks about themes and topics that were very taboo at the moment, and I think that's what makes it truly ahead of its time. Now, look, I'm currently halfway through my first watch through of 6 Feet Under, and don't worry, I'm making a dedicated video on it soon. But just even halfway through, it's already one of the most emotionally honest and creatively daring shows I've ever seen. It follows a family that runs a funeral home, and every episode starts with someone dying. And now, look, I know that sounds super grim, but the way this show handles it, it just isn't. And that's because they use this setup beautifully to explore themes of grief, addiction, sexuality, legacy, identity, all of it. And it is done in the best way possible. And they do it with such honesty and thoughtfulness that it feels like this show should have come out now instead of the early 2000s. I mean, this show was years ahead of its time. And then finally, I have Arrested Development, which basically just invented the modern day sitcom. I mean, this show came out in 2003 and completely flipped the format on its head with fast paced jokes, absurd setups, layered callbacks, and so much meta humor. Arrested Development walked so shows like The Office, Community, Bojack, and any other smart, self aware comedy could run. I mean, this show was truly just too smart for its own good, and that's why it still holds up today. So, yeah, this is just part one of shows that were way ahead of their time because I know there are so many others out there. So, let me know which show you think was way ahead of its time, and I'll make sure to cover it in part two.